Today, I'm going to share a visualization technique that you can use to help with anxiety. And if you stick around, I have an awesome trick that you can use to supercharge the effectiveness of your visualizations. Visualization can really get you out of a jam if you're feeling anxious. It's one of those things that you see over and over again in self-help books, and you understand it on an intellectual level that yes, visualization is good, it's powerful, you can see how it works, why it would work, but do you actually do it? That's the key with many powerful techniques that you'll find in self-help books. They only work if you do them. I've been practicing visualization for about 11 years now, so I have a really long track record, and I think that I can say with authority that it works. I've been reflecting recently on how quickly time passes, because 11 years ago I was only 31 or 30 or something like that. And I've also been reflecting on just how powerful visualization is. If you do it for 11 years, you might notice that it's pretty cool and pretty effective. It's just a great healthy habit to have. So I began the practice when I was in my early 30s, when I was going through a really bad bout of chronic insomnia. I don't know if you've ever had insomnia, but it's just pure torture. And this wasn't just a few one-off sleepless nights. This was a chronic, ongoing bout of insomnia that lasted for several weeks or maybe over a month. It was really debilitating. And that's when I started the practice of visualization to try to get over this insomnia. Now, it turned out that my insomnia was actually due to a hormonal issue, and that was easily fixed just by taking hormonal birth control for 90 days. That cleared up the insomnia. But like everybody, I still do get occasional insomnia if I'm really stressed or, ruminating about negative thoughts. And that's when I use this visualization technique. I also might use it in other stressful situations like being in a dentist chair, for example. If you ever find yourself getting a root canal, it's a really good idea to have a visualization practice established so you can call on it in times of need. So I have a couple of really quick and easy visualizations that I use when I need to get relaxed really fast. One of the main ones I use is hugging my dog. Every morning, first thing, I lay down on the couch and my dog, Cedar Wolf, lays on top of me. And it's one of the coziest things that I can imagine. There's a really strong physiological relaxation response anytime he lays on top of me. And I can recreate this response at will by simply imagining Cedar laying on top of me. Another really quick and easy visualization I use sometimes is slipping into a warm bath or standing under a hot shower. You know that feeling? You have the hot water hitting you on the back of your neck, and it just creates this physiological response of release and relaxation. It's a wonderful feeling. And you can recreate that at will just by imagining it. How cool is that? Another thing you can do is use a physical cue when you're practicing the imagination. Do something like that. Put these two fingers together. When you do that, that cues your body that it is time to turn on that relaxation response. So if you find yourself in a dentist chair, you go to your visualization, go to your safe space, and you also just put these two fingers together. And that cues your body that it's time to relax. Now, I really believe in the power of visualization, and it's something that I actually enjoy doing. So I have a much more elaborate, longer visualization that I've also practiced over the last 11 years. And this fantasy takes some time. I need to have some time to lay down and really go into the fantasy. But I go to a secret cave. Me and my dog are the only ones who know how to get there. And inside the cave is really richly detailed. And this fantasy has evolved over time, over the last 11 years. More and more details have come into creation. And it almost feels like I'm not creating the details, like they're just coming to me. They're sort of blooming in my imagination. One of the things that has occurred is that there's a woman there who greets me at the door, and she loves me unconditionally, and she also tells me things that I need to hear. She gives me really salient advice. And it's almost like this advice is coming from outside of me. It is a gift that's being given to me, but rationally I know that this is coming from myself to myself. So this advice that I'm receiving is coming from me to me, but it's in the form of this woman. So it's almost like having a spirit guide. And I guess I have a really good imagination because I just let my imagination wander and these kinds of things happen. The story kind of evolves on its own without me really consciously being in control of it. So that's pretty cool. But if you don't have time or the inclination to really explore elaborate fantasies in this way, fantasies that possibly take up more time to practice, you can just do these quick ones. Imagine laying in a bath, standing under the shower, laying on a beach on the warm sand. These visualizations are really quick. But here's the trick that you can use to superpower your visualizations and make them really, really effective. What you gotta do is practice them every day. Practice the visualization even when you feel fine. That way, when you really are in a tricky situation and you're really feeling anxiety, you'll be so practiced at turning on that physiological response of relaxation that you can just call on it in that moment. And you'll be really good at it by then. So if you find yourself in a dentist chair, you just stand under the shower. And I've gotten to the point now where I can do that and it's just immediate. There's, when you get in the shower and there's that feeling on the back of your neck that kind of goes down your spine, I can just turn that on. And it's because I practice this every day instead of just waiting until I was in crisis to try to, come up with the visualization. So that's the trick. You practice it when you're feeling good, Makes sense, right? So, do you have a visualization practice? And how does it work for you? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. Let's get to know each other. Okay, so you've stuck around to the end of my video, so now I'm going to tell you some boring stuff about myself. I'm going to work today, going into my massage therapy office. I have 2 appointments, and then I'm going to come home and have a telephone meeting. And hopefully, I'll edit this video and upload it to YouTube. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do today. Cool story.